Hey, what is up? So today is January 11th of 2023. We're going over it's currently midday, just about a little over at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And today there hadn't been a whole lot going on. It's been just measure moves up for the day for it. So the first one I want to start looking at is crude oil, the futures contracts for that, because there was one interesting setup, but as you can see, it's just been measured moves up ever since. What we had right here was using the red semaphore. The red semaphore, when price came up and got close to the 88% line right there, I saw this earlier today, and looking back, obviously being an armchair quarterback, it wasn't close enough for me to consider this being hit to be done with it for the scalping trade, because as you can see, when the price come up, hit the 66% right here, there was just a little bit of resistance, but nowhere close to the 38 down here. So it did come up a little bit closer, but it probably needed to come up about right there or so, a little bit away from it, a little bit closer to it than what it is. But at the time, I just said I was going to play it safe, not take that trade set up, because it came down and hit the 61.8. But in looking back, it went up 1.14, 1.272, which again can be a good scalping within a scalp, going down to the 1.146. Ticked off very nicely against 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level, going the other way. Because again, what we're looking for is, or what we're expecting is, using this high from the red semaphore, when price comes up and hits the 38% line, we're expecting the measured move down. Right there. Now, I don't take this trade set, but that's what you're expecting. You're expecting to continue. Obviously, that did not happen. So when it doesn't happen, that's when we look for the scalping trades going the opposite way. So you see price come up in the 1.618. And so then, once it hits the 88.6, which it did right there, which is really, truly the trade to look for, because it probably should just wait to get considered a little bit closer to be a done trade. But again, like I said, playing it safe. So then what you do, if price keeps on going up way past the 88% line, you just keep drawing the Fibonacci retracement level the other way, and see this kind of burgundy maroon line right there. That's the 38% line going the other way. And so what we're doing, we're looking for it to go and get hit. But once it crosses the 88% line right there, which is that one, then we just move the exit back to about break even, maybe for a slight loss right there. So I usually look to get in somewhere up in here again if I do take the 80% trade, and just leave the exit for that one down there. So price came, hit the 1.618, and then look at this, ticked perfectly off the 88% right there, and actually came through it a tick or two to make sure, get everything out for it. So that actually would have been an awesome trade right there that I missed. But then ever since then, or didn't take, that's playing safe. But ever since then, if we just keep on following the semaphore up, you can see hit the close enough 38, hit that target up there, came using that, hit down right off 38, and actually right down off the 50% line, and then hit the target right up here. So this is just straight and measured moves going on today here for the oil market, and all we're doing, if we're going to use the red semaphore, is we're just going to wait for the pullback down here to the 38 and expect it to go and hit that target. But if it doesn't and starts hitting the 61.8 and then 88% line without reaching those scalping targets, then those are the trades we're looking to take. You can see there was a real short one right in here that would have gone the other way for it. That is a scalping trade, because using the yellow semaphore, which aren't as strong as the red semaphores, price came up, hit the 38% line, and so for that one, we expect to go down there, but it did not. But it did go up and hit perfectly off the 61.8 down to 38, so that would have been the scalping trade for that one to be done with right there. Going into the 4-hour chart, we'll just look at the overbought, oversold indicator is getting closer to the territory of being overbought for it. And when that happens, when it goes up in there and creates the gap like it does right, I like to see how it creates the kind of gap there in between the black line and it right there. That's when we look for a sell-off to happen. So it doesn't happen perfectly every time, but eventually it normally does happen. So just something to be aware of, because then you see right there it goes up, but look, kept going up. Got a little bit of sell-off, but it took a little bit longer before it actually had a sell-off and before it came back down. And then you have it being oversold down here, and now it's been rallying up some ever since. So it's got a little bit more to go on the upside if it is going to go back into the overbought territory for it right there. And then going into 1 hour chart just for a little bit longer of what we're looking for. Price the other day come up, hit the 38% line. So what we're looking for is a continuation down to the downside, 1.146. That did not happen, down to 7.113. So now it's getting pretty close to the scalping trade first potential entry, which again I don't take, but that's just the one that starts it off right there. So if it hits 78.04, gets extremely close like we're up here to it, we look for the scalping trade down here to 75.91. But that's what's in right there. And then we do have one going the opposite way as well. You can see there's a measure move right there and then right there. So it is still a valid trade for going up for the target when it hit down here up to 1.146 right up there. And we see for the scalping trade, that one's already been done. It hit the 61.8 and then came back up, and then today hit the 38%. So the scalping trade is done. But if it does continue to move up, the next target we're looking for to the upside is 82.77. So right now it's kind of in the middle of no man's land, in between battle of see which way it's going to go. Is it going to go hit that target up there, or is it going to go down and hit that target down there? Going over to the S&P 500, not much to say about this one over here. It's just been steadily grinding higher all day. You can see from yesterday when we had some news come out. Ever since then, it's just been grinding higher using the pullbacks. There, hit that target right there. Here's another one. Came down, almost hit the 88%. So the scalping trade, at least 61.8 works. There, hit the target. And then ever since then, it hasn't even come close to coming down and hitting the 38% retracement level for it. So we're still just waiting for it to come back down. You can see here, if we want to do some opposite trades, taking it here the other way. This would have been one that I did miss this one earlier, where so using that semaphore and that one, when price comes up, hits the 38% line, we're expecting to go down. Did not do that. Hit the 61.8 to initiate the scalping trade down to 38, but then hit the 88. So then we move the target or the exit down or up to the 61.8, and then kept on going up higher, and we just draw the 38% line up there. Hasn't gone up there and never came back there and took it out. So we just keep drawing it up. Now you see it's past it right there. You can see on this, let me highlight it a little bit better right here. See this candle right here, the 38% line past the 88%, which is right here. There's a 38% right there, past it. So then we move the exit to the 88%, and this would have been another very similar trade. And it came back down, ticked off the 88 for if you had gotten in right. If I had gotten in, if I'd seen this, good little 10-point trade right there for it. So that's how that works, and that's why I don't get in at the 61.8, just because yes, it does sometimes work, or works a lot of times, come down 30%. But when it doesn't hit and it keeps on going off the other way, you will take a stop loss. So say you'd gotten in at that 61.8, you know your exit would be right about north of the 88. So that's 5.5 points, and then you would have had. I would have had to get in again at the 88 right here, because then the exit would have been 68, and then again get in again right up here, which would have made the if you gotten 10 points off this trade, it'd been around probably about a 4-point profit overall. So that's why I don't get into the 61.8. But that's all we're waiting on right here. There is a shorter term one to the upside using the semaphore, and see price hit off the 38%. So we are expecting it to go and hit the target right there. If it doesn't, moves on back down, that's when we'll start looking for the scalping trades for it. Going for the 4-hour chart, you can see the market is very, very overbought. I thought there would be a sell-off today in the market. Obviously there's not, but it is going to happen eventually here. And you can see it's been over that. It's been over it, and it hasn't gone down below, back below the overbought territory in a while. So again, looking for that sell-off to happen here in the S&P 500. And if you go here to the 1-hour chart, what we're looking for that, when we are looking for the sell-off, the target, the extended target would be looking for the S&P 500 would be all the way down here at about 37.30 for it, because when price come up and hit the 38% line right there, that initiated that we're expecting the continuation to move down to hit this target right there. So whenever the, as you can see from the 4-hour chart, from being completely overbought over here for a good while now, when the sell-off does happen, that is the target we're looking for down here at about 37.30. Currently it's at 39.72 for for the S&P 500. And then going here real quick, Russell 2000, same thing as SP, just ever since it bottomed out here the other day, just taken off, and isn't even close to right now coming back to the 38% for it. Dow Jones, same thing, had a little bit more movement, but you see when the Sim 4s get messed up, sometimes it happens. So you just have to not worry about that over there. So this one's said and done right here. I wouldn't use that one anymore. And in this one right here, you can see you see right here is just measure moves down. There's the high, there's the low, came back up right off the 61.8. There it hit the target. So then we just keep on drawing it down. There it hit 38. There it hit the target. So then just keep drawing it. 38 didn't hit the target. Now it's going off here the other way. But look what happened over here. Price, it went and hit the 61.8. So that initiates the scalping trade. Didn't hit 38. Came up right here. Hit the 88%. And then came down, and at least it either took out the 61.8, depending how you want to look at it, or is the 38% above it? Yeah, the 38% isn't even above it right there. So this really would have been the X right here, the 38% the other way. So from the, if you got in right here at the 88%, that the exit would have been right here. So 21, 22 tick target, but also went down further to the 61.8. But I have seen it before. When this does happen, it goes and ticks off the 38% because it's going the opposite way for it, and then it come down and hit the 61.8. So that's why I play it safe and use the opposite way, the 38% line, as the exit from the 88%. If price had continued to move up without having that retracement and went in the 30% line, went above the 88% line, then in the exit would have been the 88% and would have gotten short up there again and just had the exit right where he moved the exit to for it right there. So that is that one, and then going over here to the Nasdaq again, same thing, just waiting for a pullback to happen here for it. Going here into the 4-hour chart, starting to get, and it didn't quite get overbought for it. In fact, I haven't checked that for the Dow. Yeah, Dow's not even overbought. So really, the S&P 500 is going to be the market leading the way like it normally is. But when the sell-off happens, it's going to bring all the other markets down with it. And then yesterday, we were looking at to see if this target's going to go up here and get hit. You can see this was the, if we get on here and use a 1-hour chart, this was the support level it had been. This had been the resistance level. It has busted through it a little bit, and the target we're looking for from this move down here, there's the low, there's the high, there's the pullback to the 30% line, is right here at 1.146. It hasn't quite reached there today, so we'll see maybe by the rest of the day or even tomorrow if it will go up and hit that target before we get the sell-off here in the market like I'm expecting for it. So that is the, but then here is the target. So currently, if the sell-off happens as well as in the Nasdaq, as in the SP 500, would be all the way down here, 10,520.50 here for it. So it's setting up to be a sell-off here coming up here in the markets, and so we'll just wait and watch and see when that happens. All right, thanks, bye.